Hey guys, this is Jim from His Nature Farm, and I want to welcome you back. Today, we're going to be talking about cabinets, but not just any cabinets. If you ever wondered about those ready-to-assemble cabinets, the ones you get in boxes and you put it together, well, I'm going to kind of show you what it's like, what they are, the quality, and that sort of thing. Okay, here we are. You can see we're putting in this kitchen in this the second project that we're working on, this house that we just built here, and we have a set of cabinets. We have a kitchen right here. It's an L-shaped kitchen going in, and we purchased these cabinets in a box. Okay, you may have seen them online. I will probably put a link to them, but you may have seen this. They come in a box, and they come in a box like this. This is a wall cabinet. So it's a wall cabinet, 33 by 42 inches tall. And it comes just like that. Now, I've done these type of put together cabinets many, many times. Honestly, I've done it because price. They're a bit less money. Now, you can get these cabinets fully assembled, or you can get them in boxes like those, and you can put them together. But people really don't know what's the quality of these things. So let me show you and kind of go over the quality and what I see. First of all, let's go to our cabinet boxes. That's probably the first place that you're going to look. Now, I want to say that the cabinet boxes are actually pretty good. They're 1/2-inch plywood. They are not MDF. So the drawers seem to be MDF. If you're not familiar with that, it's that kind of fiberboard that they press together. A lot of shelves are made out of them. They're very strong, very heavy, but they're not, they're normally, and they're very stable. That's why they use them. But here's the cabinet side. If you look at it, it is painted to the color that we chose. And it is definitely a plywood, 1/2-inch plywood. You can see it here on the back. It's a plywood for sure. It's a pretty decent plywood. It looks like a cabinet grade plywood, I would say. And even the bottoms, these are the drawer bottoms. They're also a plywood with a pre-finish on top, and they are finished. These are not, I don't think they're actually laminated, though they might be. If they are, they're done very well. I can't even see it. So these are again, a cabinet. Looks like maybe a 3/8 inch bottom of the actual drawer base, the drawers. Now the bottoms, let's take a look here. I have one going together. The bottoms here, the same thing, plywood, 1/2-inch plywood. Look, it isn't 3/4, but it is 1/2-inch plywood. The back, same thing. It is plywood. It is solid. Now, they are a little thin because it's 1/2-inch. So that's one thing I'll say. They're probably not as good as some of the cabinets that you can buy, the custom ones, but they are solid. Now, they go to get it pretty easily. They're not that complicated. And let me back out here and kind of show you. So they use these, at least this style does. They use these L brackets that are metal, and you don't do any drilling at all. They're kind of pre-tapped holes, and you just put a screw in there and there, and you screw it together, and it puts together. And it is definitely designed to hold together in the way you do it. I'll show you here a great example. Let's take a look here on the toe kick, right? Obviously, you have, I want to show you their kind of engineering, how they do it. See, this is kind of pulling away, but when you put on the toe kick here, you put that toe kick on and you screw it in, it holds this all together. So it really doesn't come apart. I think it to be pretty good. Now, there's no glue. You use no glue at all, which is shocking. And I want to show you this really quick on how this kind of works. Okay, so let me show you the drawer and how it works. Really simple. These go in really easy. So ridiculously easy, you question it, right? It's basically got these drawer slides come like this. They just press into the back into pre-drilled holes. They are on a full extension. As you can see, it's a full extension drawer and a soft close drawer slide, which is kind of neat. They just literally stick in the back here. You know, if you could see it right here, they stick in the back there. It's just a pre-drilled hole and it kind of slides in. And you have a release at the bottom that can take the entire drawer off. And I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, before I put this drawer together, I wanted to show you the components of it so you kind of get how it works. Basically, what we have here is we have the drawer front, and built into the drawer front is the front of the drawer, the actual drawer. It's already on there. I'm guessing these fronts, the drawer face is actually MDF. I don't know that for sure. Whatever it is pretty nice in the sense that it is like one piece. It's amazing in how they do this. But it does look like it has a actual center panel, like a recess panel. It does look like a panel. I'm not really sure, but as you can see the construction of this thing, there is no seams in this at all. It's very solid and it's very heavy. So I want to say, I don't think this drawer front is going to be in any stretch, be any weaker or less quality than any drawer front that I've ever seen, particularly on a painted cabinet. Now, if this was maybe a wood cabinet where we had a stain, the quality of the wood, stuff like that. But I know this company does sell them. So stained cabinets, different type of colors. So with the drawer front, it's great. Now, the drawer boxes here, if you take a look, you can see it is pieced. You can see there's a lot of finger joints here. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, right? It looks like they glue everything together, okay? And they put these joints in here, these finger joints, right? Which we know, if you ever look at furniture, you always try to see finger joints. Now, these finger joints, this is kind of weird. Well, without breaking it, let me show you this real quick. So we have these finger joints in the bottom. As you can see, we kind of mount these up here. We marry these two together, okay? And you just slide it on, and then you tap in. There's your finger joint. Now, I'm not used to this, but you don't even glue it. And I know what you're thinking. I could glue it, and that would be fine. But to be honest with you, it probably doesn't really need to be glued. Once the base is put in here and the back is put on, this isn't going anywhere. These are not pulling out. It's just not going to happen. So that's one thing. So basically you put each side on and you put it on the finger joints, and I'm going to get it together and kind of show you. Okay, so here's the drawer put together. As I said, we got the finger joints in the front, finger joints in the rear, no glue at all, and it completely holds together. Now, I'm going to show you the bottom here. I'm going to get that around and kind of show you how this kind of works with the drawer slides. Okay, so right here are the components for the drawer slides. Here we have a drawer slide right here, kind of cut and dry. It's all in one. Got a soft close feature on here and everything, so it looks pretty good. And these are the components. This is kind of I'd say what we call, this controls the actual affixing to the drawer. So that goes on the right side. This one over here goes to the left side. And it attaches with some very small screws here and here, and a little longer screw here. And then these go on like that. I want to show you that. They kind of go on like that. And then I don't know if you can see down here, there's some holes in the back underneath here. This pin sits inside that hole when it locks in. Now, you don't put these on. You put these in the cabinet first. Then you just slide the drawers on top of it. So when you remove the drawer, this is what you'll have. There'll be nothing affixed to this. There's no drawer slide affixed to this at all. Just this mechanism right here, which is the release mechanism right here that releases the drawer slide. So I kind of wanted to show you that because it took me a little while to figure it out. To be honest, the instructions do stink, I'll say that. Right here, of course, is the release. So when the drawer is in and you want to release the drawer and take it completely out, you can do that, which is kind of neat. There are some other adjustments, and here's one here. You can adjust the stop. So if you can see that going out, this will make the drawer come out, and you can adjust it when it closes. I'll be honest, when I did it, let's show you here now. When I did it, this thing was pretty darn lined up. I mean, pretty amazing. It really was. The only way I adjusted it, if you can see, is if it gets off a little, you just kind of move the back. These move, and that's it. It's kind of amazing how it works. It just does what it does, and you can see they're pretty dang level here. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to show you that. So anyway, I'm going to get this, I'll show you this drawer front. Okay, so when it comes to the box frame, obviously this is an overlay cabinet. You're not going to get an inset drawer that fits in here at this price point because you have an overlay, which is a lot cheaper to build. So, but this just kind of sits on it like that. It sits in the grooves. You kind of just line it up here. It's a little tricky sometimes to get it all, there it is. Get it all lined up. You got to get the bottom lined up, typically, to get it in there. And it's something like that. And there it is. It pretty much just locks in. It's locked in here, just like that. Okay, so let's talk about this. Again, made of the same, what I think is MDF. No seams at all. I mean, there's none. It is a solid piece. It seems pretty strong. I don't think there's going to be any issue with these frames at all. I really don't. They are made pretty well, and they seem like they're going to really work out well. But it's really straight. As you can see, it fits in really nice. And then we just put our screws in down here to get them right in here. And we lock it all in together. And then we're ready to actually install the drawer slides. And I'll kind of show you that. All right, let me show you how we do these drawer slides. Really simple. You pull this plastic part out of here and you line it up with these pre-drilled holes right here. You can see that. There it is. So it just pushes in, that's all. And then what you do is you line this up here with the bracket. You just push it in. You do the same thing in the other side right here. And then here you line this up with this hole right here. Bring it out right there. And then we'll put a screw in here. Real simple, pre-drill hole. Then these are all set. They are ready to receive the drawer. And you could put the drawer right into here, which is kind of unique. And that's pretty much it on the drawers. There was one thing I forgot to tell you, and I think is kind of important. Well, how long is this going to take you to put together? Right? So how much time are you going to have to invest in putting these things together? Very important. I will tell you, it takes a little longer than you think. One of these cabinets, now, when I first put these first cabinets together, these smaller ones here, that sucker took me over 2 hours, at least. I've gotten it down to maybe 45 minutes. Now, if you have a lot of drawers to put together and stuff like that, you know, maybe it's going to take you a lot longer. So that's just putting the cabinet together. So remember that. You're looking at, you know, a couple hours, maybe an hour each one. That may be a lot, but that's what it took me. Now, I was figuring it out. Again, the instructions were pretty horrible. So maybe get it down a little bit. So just put that into your equation, whether or not you want to buy them. So I just wanted to mention that to you. Time is money, is it not? Okay, here they are. Our drawer base is put in. So let's talk about overall what I think about these cabinets. Whether I think you should try them or use them yourself. What I'll say is this: these look great. I know I go with typically a lot of drawer-based cabinets. I do not like these cabinets here, but these also are not actually accurate because inside here we're going to have drawers as well. When you open it up, it's going to have roll-out trays. I tend to like that a lot better, but we're big on these drawers. They hold a lot and very easy to get to. But barring that, the design and everything, what do I think about the cabinets, and should you go and buy them for your place? Okay, so when it comes to buying these cabinets and using it, we did it here in this property, this new home here. And this is a fairly upper scale house. It is not, definitely not your lowest price home, but ultimately we did decide to use it in here for a couple of reasons. One, of course, budget. The cost of these cabinets, and I don't know if you've checked, this is 2024, don't know if you've checked on prices, but this stuff gets really expensive really quickly. We had a budget line item for the kitchen, and the cabinets alone here were over $9,000 just for these cabinets. Now, when I say that, people think, wow, that's either a lot or that's really cheap, and it is. Most kitchens that I know in our area here, I'm talking about particularly up in this area where we live, is pretty affluent. Not that we're affluent, but they'll spend $100,000 on getting a kitchen done. So $9,000 is a bargain, it really is, for cabinets. So that does include all the toe kicks, all the end panels. So for your refrigerator and stuff like that, you have these end panels that go there for the ends. So there's a lot of things around the island. That's just for the cabinets. So we spent about another $3,000 for the tops, and we'll kind of do a show on that, an episode on that, to kind of show you what that's going to look like. Would I use it again? I think they're actually pretty good. I really do. It's all got to do with budget. If you want to spend $15,000 to $20,000 on cabinets, just one step up probably, then do it. And then you can get maybe a Craftmate or something like that. But if you're not really sure and you really want to save some money, I think these are fine. I really do. Unless, I don't know why you would spend all that money unless you have a really big house. And this is a very modest home. It's pretty small. And there are limitations. They do have, we are doing a 42-inch cabinet up in here. Now these are 10-foot ceilings. They do have a glass cabinet a glass door cabinet that we could have put up top. We didn't do that because it still would leave a gap. They didn't have the right size cabinets. There's some limitations on what they offer. Of course, as I said, you can get glass doors, you can get roll-out trays and stuff like that, which is great. So I did order it online, and we will put a link in the comments if you'd like to do that. I think they worked fine. As I said, with shipping and everything, about $9,000. I got a little discount and stuff like that. So I think, all in all, I think they're decent. I think they're worth it. You get what you pay for. If you're willing to do the extra work to put together, that definitely saves you money. If you have more time than money, that's the way to go. So that's my recommendation. I would say, look, if you're budget conscious, you want a decent cabinet, I would go for it. I think it'd be fine, particularly if you have limited, you want a pretty simple kitchen. So anyway, we'll get this done. Of course, we'll post on later on when it's all completed. We'll kind of show you what it looks like, the finished product. But all in all, I think it's a good deal, and I think I could recommend it for your kitchen, again, if it's simple and you're really budget minded. Okay, I hope you have a great day, and please remember to subscribe and click the notification bell. We really do appreciate it. And of course, your comments are always welcome. We'd like to hear them. Thanks very much, and you have a great day.